determines how much delay is how fast it kicks on.
When you strike arc, it's me.
Yeah. Or some people
And
like,
then clear back up.
yeah,
As soon as you get the well.
yeah, it'll come back. And then sensitivity is like, if you had it on high sensitivity, anything would make it flash off, that light will make it flash off.
Oh, yeah.
Can't see, so you turn the sensitivity down, so you can look in a room and not, it's
Going
dark.
off.
Yeah. It's got a grind button.
That's something.
You just push the button, grind button.
Well, I seen it's got that little red light that flashes.
It'll flash for in grind mode and whatnot, you won't see it. I'll hit grind mode, grind, and grab a stick,
go ahead and start, you know. So I had it addressed and ready for tonight, but apparently I won't be doing it till next month. So we'll stand to whatever. Thank you.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Father God, we thank you for this day, our daily bread. We ask you to watch over our nation right now in the name of Jesus, Lord God. We ask you for your covering. We thank you for your grace and your mercy, and we thank you for your wisdom and your knowledge, Father God. For every decision we make, that you be glorified and magnified. In Jesus Christ's name, amen. Alderman Duggar.
Here.
Alderman Goff.
Here.
Alderman Mahoney.
Here.
Alderman Woods. Here. Alderman Lightfoot. Here. Alderman Anthony. Here. We have a quorum. Okay, first will be the Water Department financials. Tommy and Carol are both here. Do you have any questions?
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion by Alderman Goff and a second by Alderman Duggar to approve the financials of the Water Department. Any? All right, you had a set of minutes from January 24th.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion by Alderman Duggar and a second by Alderman Goff. All those in favor? Any opposed? The treasurer's report was included in your packet. Any questions?
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion by Alderman Lightfoot and a second by Alderman Anthony to approve the treasurer's report for the month of January. All those in favor? Any opposed? Next will be planning and zoning. You want to go there? Okay, so we don't have the minutes yet that have been approved, but do you want to talk about your condemnations, James?
Okay. 1811 Edgewood Cove, I think y'all seen some of the pictures of it. We're asking for condemnation of this property tonight. It's steady getting worse.
I'm sorry, James, is that 1811 Edgewood Cove?
1811 Edgewood Cove. This is a back porch that was built onto the house. Somebody's in the process of tearing it down now. I don't know who. Somebody has taken down a shed in the back. There's now a pickup truck up on blocks with wheels taken off of it in the backyard. It's just steady getting worse. We need to condemn the house tonight.
Have we done a title search on it?
Yes.
We did a title search and, I talked to attorneys about it. That's been sitting like that for going on a couple of years now. And we've already started the process of giving notice to all those that the attorney said give notice to. And, I think James has already posted on the house.
I put a post on the house this week, Friday of last week, that this would be discussed at tonight's meeting for possible condemnation.
There's a truck that's been parked out front, and I honestly thought they were working on it, but.
What color?
Silver?
There's one in the backyard that's tore down is red, but it's in the backyard and it's tore down.
Do we not know who owns it? Who owns it?
Well, I think most everybody's probably aware that, William, Jibidon, and Alicia, and they showed, they said, if you pull it up now, look at it, they show it's the owners of the property. That one time there was a mortgage on that property, someone else, so we were giving them notice. And all we have other than that is we were told by word of mouth that they had sold, or William had sold the property to another individual. But it does not turn up on anything anywhere as being sold, it still shows them as the legal owners. So we were given notice to the individual that claims to have purchased it and who they claim they sold it to, plus themselves and the mortgage holders at one time.
So what are you wanting tonight? You want us to condemn the property tonight?
He's been condemned and torn down. Now, you know, it's the city, they can, you know, if the property owners don't comply and tear it down, then the city will tear it down and put a lien on the property for the price of the lot, which is worth the condemnation cost.
It seems like to me they've been given ample notice.
Till the city acts and actually condemns the property, there's nothing we can do.
Well, and the truck that I've seen out there, I mean, who knows, it could be a neighbor parking there, or anybody, so I've seen it out there.
The neighbors continue to complain about it, continue to ask when we're gonna take action.
The condition of the property right now is the worst I've seen it in a year.
Yeah, it's bad.
Motion to condemn.
Second. I have a motion by Alderman Lightfoot and a second by Alderman Anthony to condemn the property at 1811 Edgewood Cove. I'm gonna call the roll. Any more discussion? Alderman Duggar?
Yes.
Alderman Goff?
Abstain.
Alderman Mahoney?
Yes.
Alderman Woods?
Yes,
Alderman Lightfoot?
Yes.
Alderman Anthony? Yes. Motion passes.
And you have anything else on planning and zoning?
Guess I've got one other thing here we need to discuss. Mr. Hasler has been asking the city to take over the property that sits out there on the backside of Terrace Meadows. He has a small tract there that's where the pipeline goes to. He's managed to sell off a larger portion of this tract right here, and here. And basically all he has left is tract C. It's about 2 acres.
Yeah, we don't want, that's the one we've
We've
been
already
through
looked at this.
for years
I
and
don't
years
know
and
if
years.
y'all were on the council at the time, but we looked at it.
There's no reason for the city to take it over. All it's gonna do is, he wants somebody else to go out there and mow it and take care of it. Why would we take on that burden for him when we're not gonna have, it gives us.
I'm not representing his side. I'm just showing you what it's down to.
so am I understanding correctly that it's basically like 2 acres right in the middle?
Right.
Kind of sandwiched in between,
It's in the problem with it is in the middle of there's a gas, utility easement. You can't do nothing with it. Can't put nothing on it, can't build on it, can't do nothing with it. So.
If
I'm gonna go
memory
ahead.
serves me correctly, isn't it at the far end of the property?
It is.
The gas line runs behind those houses.
I just say we take no action.
No action. I'll second that.
You said what?
I said that we should just take no action.
Okay, I would just consider that, without sparing any motions to, we'll just consider it no action taken.
All right, we have 3 ordinances in the packet. The first 3 are rezone ordinances from planning and zoning. Ask James any questions you might have on any of these, but we can proceed.
James, if you would give the council the exact locations of all these pieces of property, so they know exactly where it is.
What's
So,
first one, Carol?
the first one is lot 7 and 8, block 10, College Edition. I believe it's the Thomas Ritchie property.
Okay. This is Center Street. This faces on Center Street. He's rezoning to C2 so that he can possibly put mobile food trailers, things of that nature there.
What's the name of his property, is it some kind of?
Life within.
Life within.
This is the piece of property that actually faces onto Center Street in front of that property.
Right there where Mr. and Ms. Moore's house used to sit.
Yes. You know, I'm just going to say the same thing up and down Center Street. It needs to be C2, C3 or something, commercial if we're ever gonna do anything to tie, do anything, and I think what that has been our posture for the last few years, so. No objection to it.
I think the only real concern was how narrow that was on the Becombe. It looked like they widened it right there, where it goes on to Center, but I think it already went through planning and zoning, and they kind of went through those issues, and so I don't see an issue with it. I'll make a motion to read, what number are we on?
We're on 2022-03.
By title only.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to read 2022-03 by title only. All those in favor? Any opposed? Ordinance number 2022-03, an ordinance to amend the zoning map with regarding to the zoning classifications of specific lands area within the city of Beebe, Arkansas, declaring an emergency and for other purposes. I need a motion to adopt the ordinance as read by title only.
So moved.
Second.
Alderman Duggar?
Yes.
Alderman Goff?
Yes.
Alderman Mahoney?
Yes.
Alderman Woods?
Yes.
Alderman Lightfoot?
Yes.
Alderman Anthony?
Yes.
I need a motion to dispense with the second and third readings.
So moved.
Second.
Alderman Duggar?
Yes.
Alderman Goff?
Yes.
Alderman Mahoney?
Yes.
Alderman Woods?
Yes.
Alderman Lightfoot?
Yes.
Alderman Anthony?
Yes.
I need a motion to adopt the emergency clause.
So moved.
Second.
Alderman Duggar?
Yes.
Alderman Goff?
Yes.
Alderman Mahoney?
Yes.
Alderman Woods?
Yes.
Alderman Lightfoot?
Yes.
Alderman Anthony?
Yes.
Okay, the second one is ordinance number 2022-04. It is the Bill Jr. property.
Okay, these are lots that are on the backside of where Beth Junior's business is, Plantation Realty. They face on to Pine View Drive, what could be considered Pine View Drive back there. All the rest of this property is now C2, and they're asking just to go ahead and, this is the last of it over there to go to C2 from R1.
Now, how is those lots to be accessed?
Mr. Junior said he was gonna access the lots either off of, was that Offspring? Offspring, or, have access to the lots off of 64, his property he already owns, where the ice house is at, on 64.
As you remember, the proposed road that Mr. Martin was supposed to put in years ago, and was supposed to put up a bond on it, also for additional interest and exit out of Twin Lakes. And that, the road issue can be C2, that's not a problem at all, if there's no expectations of the city to come in and build that road through there, cause that was the developer, property owner, Mr. Barton there to complete that as he said he would. And, as long as there's no expectations, then do they know that the city?
Yes, yes, it was made clear to them.
That they know we're not gonna build a street.
That's correct.
And they're not expecting us, that wouldn't meet that other street that connects off Spring to,
No, it goes from Old Spring to Twin Lakes.
yeah, and that road is, if it's even a road.
Where's the property being C2, there's no issue with that.
Okay, I'll make a motion to read ordinance number 2022 by title only.
Second.
A motion and a second to read ordinance number 2022-04 by title only. All those in favor? Any opposed? Okay. Ordinance number 2022-04, an ordinance to amend the zoning map with regard to the zoning classification of specific land areas within the city of Beebe, Arkansas, declaring an emergency and for other purposes. I need a motion to adopt the ordinance as read.
So moved.
Second.
Alderman Duggar?
Yes.
Alderman Goff?
Yes.
Alderman Mahoney?
Yes.
Alderman Woods?
Yes.
Alderman Lightfoot?
Yes.
Alderman Anthony?
Yes.
I need a motion to dispense with the second and third readings.
So moved.
Second.
Alderman Duggar?
Yes.
Alderman Goff?
Yes.
Alderman Mahoney?
Yes.
Alderman Woods?
Yes.
Alderman Lightfoot?
Yes.
Alderman Anthony?
Yes.
I need a motion to adopt the emergency clause.
So moved.
Second.
Alderman Duggar?
Yes.
Alderman Goff?
Yes.
Alderman Mahoney? Alderman Woods?
Yes.
Alderman Lightfoot?
Yes.
Alderman Anthony?
Yes.
Passes. Okay, the next one will be 2022-05. It is the James Carlson property.
Okay, this is a triangle-shaped piece of property that lies across the pipeline. It's basically the last of Terrace Meadows out there. James is wanting to develop it and put in about 29 lots. R4.
Homes,
Homes, yes.
You say it's on, across the pipeline?
It's across the pipeline. There's a triangle-shaped piece of property there that's left. And he wants to develop it and put about 29 lots in it.
Can you build a road across the pipeline?
Yes, you can, I think.
you know, man, if you remember when Mr. Tazler originally started this development, that was the 7 acres back there that he had asked for apartments. And so that's a piece of property.
I guess planning and zoning had any concern?
No, they've already given him a preliminary plat approval.
Motion to read by title only.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to read ordinance number 2022-05 by title only. All those in favor? Any opposed? Okay, ordinance number 2022-05. A motion, an ordinance to amend the zoning map with regard to the zoning classification of specific land areas within the city of Beebe, Arkansas, declaring an emergency and for other purposes. I need a motion to adopt the ordinance as read by title only.
So moved.
Second.
Alderman Duggar,
Yes.
Alderman Goff,
Yes.
Alderman Mahoney, Alderman Woods,
Yes.
Alderman Lightfoot,
Yes.
Alderman Anthony.
Yes.
I need a motion to dispense with the second and third readings.
So moved. Second.
Alderman Duggar,
Yes.
Alderman Goff,
Yes.
Alderman Mahoney, Alderman Woods,
Yes.
Alderman Lightfoot,
Yes.
Alderman Anthony.
Yes.
I need a motion to adopt the ordinance, I'm sorry, a motion to adopt the emergency clause.
So moved.
Second.
Alderman Duggar,
Yes.
Alderman Goff,
Yes.
Alderman Mahoney, Alderman Woods,
Yes.
Alderman Lightfoot,
Yes.
Alderman Anthony.
Yes.
Passes.
Jim, do you have a meeting for the third? You have a planning zoning meeting for the third?
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night,
Yes.
okay. And what's on your agenda, let's make it public.
Okay, there's, two items on the agenda. Some folks named Copeland are buying the old, 104 West College Street. It was the old, Sun Priest House from years ago. And they're going to put in what they do is they have these credit card machines. They service them, they sell them, and it's, they're wanting to go from R1 currently to C1.
I don't guess I understand
And
why.
that would be
Where's that
Methodist
at?
church parking lot.
Yes, it's the house and property that sits right adjacent to the Methodist Church parking lot on the west side of Main.
That little house? Little white house?
No.
No, it's brick, it's blonde
brick.
brick.
Right next to the parking lot right there. Right there on the, if you're pulling in the parking lot, church behind you, be on your right, obviously, because there's no house on the left.
Yeah, it's
Okay, I know.
right by the parking lot across the street.
There's
from
also,
the church.
there's a empty lot right there too, right?
No, it's across the street from the Methodist church. That parking, the small parking lot,
Yeah, I know what you're talking
and
about.
it's right there.
And then right past that house, isn't that on an empty lot?
Jim Corbett's.
No, that's on Main.
It's on Middle College.
Okay,
Yeah, that's what he's talking about going to Main. I'm still
Yeah.
at say college. I know.
Oh,
Yeah, I know
oh.
where you're at.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay, the second thing we have on tomorrow night, let's see,
Commerce Drive.
Commerce Drive. Yeah, behind Walmart, approximately 21 acres, directly behind Walmart, between there and Wynwood. They're wanting to go to R3. It's currently C2, and they're wanting to go to R3 to build duplexes, fourplexes.
Townhouses.
No townhouses have been, they're not saying anything about townhouses.
Okay.
Mostly duplexes.
Well, the first plan I saw, it was, what happened to the first plan? First plan I saw, was kind of elaborate townhouses with
Sort of.
common area, playground and all that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't know nothing about, now it's changed to duplex, I didn't know anything. And council, you're not to take any action on this. I just want you to know, so you know, or be aware of the public hearing if you have any interest. But I didn't know it.
I've got that drawing, I've got that initial
So
drawing,
it's
if you'd like to see it.
I mean, it hasn't been a planning zoning yet,
Yeah, it's not been planning.
but you do have, it will be a hearing tomorrow night.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Is that it, Mr. James?
That's it.
Okay. We have one last ordinance. It is a couple of months ago, you all approved a cost increase to defray the cost of when we're incarcerating our prisoners. And so the ordinance has finally been prepared, and I have it. So it is ordinance number 2022-06.
Make a motion to read by title only.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to read ordinance number 2022-06 by title only. All those in favor? Any opposed? Okay, here we go. Ordinance number 2022-06, an ordinance amending ordinance number 22006-1, assessing and levying a $20 fee to defray the cost associated with incarcerating prisoners from the District Court of White County Beebe Department and for other purposes. Need a motion to approve the ordinance as read.
So moved.
Second.
Alderman Duggar,
Yes.
Alderman Goff,
Yes.
Alderman Mahoney,
Yes.
Alderman Woods,
Yes.
Alderman Lightfoot,
Yes.
Alderman Anthony.
Yes.
I need a motion to dispense with the second and third readings.
So moved.
Second.
I'm sorry, who first that one? Alderman Duggar,
Yes.
Alderman Goff,
Yes.
Alderman Mahoney,
Yes.
Alderman Woods,
Yes.
Alderman Lightfoot,
Yes.
Alderman Anthony.
Yes.
Give me just a second. There's not an emergency clause on this. So there's no emergency clause on this one, so there's no action taken on that. This won't take effect for 30 days from the date of passage. All right, that passes. Fire department is next. They have a presentation.
Okay, we're, in the mode to buy, washer and dryer for the fire department for what turnout gear. I'm gonna let District Chief McAfee kind of go through why we need this, washer and dryer. 20 years ago, the number one killer of firefighters was on scene death from heart attack. Now it is, cancer. Having this machine, industrial machine, will be able to clean the carcinogens out of the turnouts that we get in there. We're now to a point where we have used old stuff and we have new stuff. So once, like the other night, we had a house fire, everybody comes back, we have to wipe down our necks and face, take our gear off, take it apart, put it in a trash bag. It has to be sent off to be cleaned. With this, we'll be able to do that in-house, cleaning and keeping it in, and getting it back quicker. Having a washer, it will be at Station 3, turn around, wash it, dry it, and get it back to the firefighter quicker. I know in the last 4 days, we've had 2 structure fires and a pretty good sized camper fire. So even though we're swapping gear out, my first set of turnouts was hanging in the station, still trying to air dry from us washing it. So with having the washer, we'll be able to extract it out of it and then turn and get them dry to get them back to our firemen quicker. And our no-mix hoods, we have an abundance of no-mix hoods. That's the hoods we wear, because they talk about the cancer going into your neck and all. And so when our firemen come out of a fire scene, we make them swap out. We have boxes, you put the dirty one in, you get a clean one and put it back on. Before you even go back in, we're rotating them out, so there's abundance of them that have to be washed and cleaned. Well, we tear it, like, I took my helmet all apart, have two helmets, so the inner liner and all that comes out and gets cleaned. We take, soap and scrub the top of our helmets, wearing rubber gloves while we do this. This will be a big step in to help prevent cancer down the road, we hope. That's one of the reasons we'd like to purchase this unit. We plan to talk to the mayor, Ms. Carroll. This washer and dryer can be bought with money from the American Rescue Plan. The purchase price of the washer and dryer, the base, the factory, the freight, and installation, total price with taxes $25,490.47. This is not your everyday washer and dryer like Chief McAfee was telling you. I think the G-forces of the washing machine are like 100 G-forces when it spins that stuff out, so they are an expensive washer and dryer.
And we discussed this, I don't know how many years back, a few years back,
Yes, sir.
and just due to the most of it, they pulled it back. And, we got discussing it again recently, and I still had the paperwork, and I took it to the chief, and so we got it updated.
Yeah, the original quote was, a couple of years ago, was $20,574, so it's gone up like $5,000 or so in the last couple of years. And I think that's gonna continue to go up, so. If we had this money available, this would be a good time to make the purchase.
I'll make a motion, we allow.
Second it. I have a motion from Alderman Duggar and a second from Alderman Anthony to purchase an industrial washer and dryer. Where are we purchasing it from, Chief?
From here in town, from Keith Griffin, through his laundromat.
From Keith Griffin for the price of $25,490.47. I'm going to call the roll. Alderman Duggar,
Yes.
Alderman Goff,
Yes.
Alderman Mahoney,
Yes.
Alderman Woods,
Yes.
Alderman Lightfoot,
Yes.
Alderman Anthony.
Yes.
Thank you.
Do we need a motion to waive competitive bidding on that, for that price?
No.
Okay.
Thank you. Street Department, next.
Hey now, good vibes. Carol had sent out a packet on, trying to get two pieces of equipment for the street department, a skid steer and a bush hog. The skid steer should be in your computer there, you kind of look through, I got 3 different quotes on 3 different brands. The air burner, it's a need. Right now, we're loading that air burner with the mini X, we can't keep up, we can't load fast enough. Along with that, that air burner comes with an ash rake. The ash rake is 23 feet long, and the only way you can, it's got a plate mounted for a skid steer. Right at the moment, we're slamming it in our backhoe bucket and running a 15-foot of chain out, trying to hold 1,000 pounds out and try to rake that ash out of that air burner. It's a need for that. Along with it, in that same bundle, it'll come with a grapple to pick the brush up to load the burner. It's like a Swiss Army knife of tractors. Not only can we use it for that, we can use it to scrape the side of the road where the dirt's getting high, clean ditches out, put bush hog on front of it. And as far as the other piece of equipment is, 15-foot bush hog to put behind the fork tractor we have now. So to mow the pond, instead of taking me 2.5 days and tons of man hours and losing a guy out there, I can get it done in a day with a 15-foot bush hog, along with the other property on First Street. And there's that quotes are the paper copies of it.
As far as the skid steer goes, we had that environmental impact fee and we plan to buy equipment from, and we don't pay back. You may, from what we purchased thus far, and then it's gonna take a couple of years, maybe even 3, but it will pay back. And so, that can be expense too.
And it's gonna free my,
Environmental impact.
it's gonna free my mini X up to, I don't have to tote it around. I'm not raking that boom down in that 2,000-degree burner trying to drop brush. That grapple will come right on top, dump it, back out and go. And then I can have my mini X out doing culverts, ditch digging, and not tied up at the air burner.
Well, the price difference looks, on a few of those, looks like they're, okay, so, that one's good, is this one right here, grapple?
They should all, Kubota, everything should be with a grappler. These didn't have sales tax. John Deere tied in the sales tax, and they was the cheapest of all.
All of them, the warranty pretty much same.
Oh, yeah. The thing about the Kubota, the one that you got a price quote there, it's already gone, it's sold. Don't know when New Hall will get any in, and John Deere's got one on the lot. And as far as the bush hog goes, Greenway was the cheapest on the bush hog, and that price is subject to change as far as go down in price. He had to quote it because they gotta build it. He said he sold one last July for $14,500, and it's priced right there at $17,000, which is still cheaper than the heavy duty woods and then the light duty woods.
How long it'll take him to build it?
I just had to hit him up, I ain't for sure.
We did receive our environmental impact check today for the month of January, and it was about $9,700, and that's what we've been getting pretty much each month since we've started assessing those fees.
3 years.
So just so you know.
Well, that's what we did it for, was to have equipment to use the air burner and stuff efficiently, so I would make a motion that we allow it. Now, I'm okay with the John Deere, if y'all wanna discuss that, I think they had the best price looking at these, and they've got one in stock, so.
317 Jesus.
Second.
Do you need two separate ones, Carol?
Yeah, let's do 2 separate ones.
Alright, I'll make a motion right now for the 2022 John Deere 317G compact tractor loader, sorry,
And that price includes the grapple.
$54,450.
Yep. The grapple's included with it. They should have tied it all in.
It's in there.
Okay. So let's do that one first. The 2022 John Deere compact truck loader with gravel. Am I saying that right?
Grapple.
Grapple. Okay, so I've got a motion by Matt and a second by Tracy to purchase this from John Deere Greenway Equipment, sorry, for $47,8657 is what that looks like to me.
54,450.
Are we looking at-
That's the taxes.
Yeah, that's the tax, the 54 is the, I think the taxes added on.
Okay, so,
Total selling price,
okay, 58,
54.
No, it's
54.
58, it's
Then the tax-
58,
oh, he
it's
did.
$58,019.
$58,019.
$58,019.
Okay. I didn't
They
know.
had to write it in on the bottom, they didn't do it.
Okay,
Now, we're gonna have, that's not with the taxes though. So it's gonna be
Paper
5819 plus
Your
4786.
paper copy should have taxes on the bottom of it.
Okay,
But this is
so the
the total
58
without,
does not include the 40.
that's without the taxes.
No, ma'am, it'd be
Okay.
that, and that.
I'm sorry. Okay, is everybody
Good.
get that? Okay. Okay, let me reread the motion. So the motion is to purchase the 2022 John Deere track loader with grapple from Greenway Equipment. It's a John Deere from Greenway Equipment for the amount of $58,019 plus taxes of $47,8657 by Matt, and the second by Alderman. I'm gonna call the roll. Alderman Duggar,
Yes.
Alderman Goff,
Yes.
Alderman Mahoney,
Yes.
Alderman Woods,
Yes.
Alderman Lightfoot,
Yes.
Alderman Anthony.
Yes.
That passes. We're gonna need a motion to waive competitive bidding, please.
So moved. Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second to waive competitive bidding on this piece of equipment. Alderman Duggar,
Yes.
Alderman Goff,
Yes.
Alderman Mahoney, Alderman Woods,
Yes.
Alderman Lightfoot,
Yes.
Alderman Anthony.
Yes.
And I will get an ordinance done up. What about this other piece of equipment?
I have a question for you, Nick. On these other ones that they've got the foam filled wheels, how come you're not getting those on the John Deere?
Couldn't get it, I think they couldn't get them on that, but they're a high rubber wheel.
Are they puncture proof?
You said the puncture, yeah, I
Alright, I
think
got you.
the puncture proofs them.
And what I was told, them would be better for highway travel, because we'll have to run it back to
Make a motion, we allow them to buy the John Deere E15 flex wing rotary cutter from Greenway.
Second.
Alderman Decker?
Yes.
Alderman Goff?
Yes.
Alderman Mahoney?
Yes.
Alderman Woods?
Yes.
Alderman Lightfoot?
Yes.
Alderman Anthony?
Yes.
Street department has a 7-foot bush hog, and if they decide he has no need for it, got 6, because, we got 7 in, so we're going to 15.
Absolutely. Need a motion for that? Being able to?
I'm gonna come back and bring that back to you, so I have all the,
And I spoke with John Deere about that, and he said he would be more than willing to do that, he just wants to come
So
look
you
at it.
keep one and trade one, and you got 6 in.
I won't need the 7 foot anymore, cause I don't have, if I'm using the 15 foot, I won't have no tractor big enough to use the 7, but I'll keep the 5.
For like ditches or.
Yeah.
you need- okay.
And
That's
they
good.
said they'd be more welcome to do that. He just come out, it's brand new.
I'll bring that back to you.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.